Good morning to all. We are going to start. And first, please, to those, you have to use the earphones to hear this. This is new for me also. Okay. This is a very special day. The final day arrived. We are in the International Year of Glass, and we are giving the welcome to the Age of Glass. So we are starting this so important opening ceremony, first giving the deep thanks to United Nations, really, to support this and approve this International Year of Glass, and also for permitting us to be in this wonderful room, the room of the human rights, that, well, the roof has been decorated by Miquel Barceló, and Spanish artist, and really it's a privilege for us to be with you. You have to know that you that are 140 for a normal conference, perhaps we are only a few, but this is a record of attendance in these so hard times of COVID. Well, I have to moderate this welcome address, and I have first to present the Spanish ambassador at the United Nations Spanish Permanent Mission in New York, Agustín Santos Maraver. Agustín is a Spanish diplomat, permanent representative ambassador of Spain in United Nations in New York from 2018. Previously, he was ambassador at Office of the United Nations here in Geneva. He had led the process of the IJOC approval in the General Assembly of United Nations, along Ana Alonso, that is, and both as are really for us much more than diplomats. Really, they are the heroes, really, that that achieved really this year in so dark times that we have lived in the last 2 years. So, dear Agustín, you have the word.
Thank you very much, dear Alicia. As you have noticed by now, Alicia and I have been friends for a very long time, so her kind words should be taken to a certain point. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, we are here to celebrate a tradition that was born thousands of years ago, when on the shores of the Sea of Tyre and Sidon, in inland Mesopotamia or in Egypt, after a nightmare bonfire, appeared pearls of a new material, transparent, hard, and colorful. From there, this material traveled to Egypt as a luxurious trousseau of the pharaohs. New technologies were developed in the Indus Valley civilization. It was used in China in the Warring State periods and extended its presence in the spring and autumn period. It has been found in various Bronze Age sites in Iran and Anatolia, and became luxurious objects of everyday use in Greece and Rome, from where it spread to everywhere. Actually, we have a description from a Latin source, Georgius Agricola, about the discovery of glass. And I quote, "The tradition is that a merchant ship laden with nitrum, being moored at this place, the merchants were preparing their meals on the beach, and not having stones to prop up their pots, they used lumps of nitrum from the ship, which fused and mixed with the sands of the shore, and there flowed a stream of a new translucent liquid, and thus was the origin of glass." The quote is from the Re Metallica. The invention of the blowing cane was the first technological revolution that placed the glass between the reach of the people and made glass vessels as accessible as pottery. In the 8th century, the Persian Arab chemist Jabir bin Hayyan described 46 recipes to produce colored glass in Kitab al-Durra al-Magnuna. Later, in the 13th century, stained glass windows, introduced light and color in Gothic churches, and transformed the architecture. Do we need more reasons to celebrate an International Year of Glass in 2022? Don't we need, in the framework of the objectives of the Agenda 2030, to think about how we can use glass for a better future of all of humanity? Glass has evolved with the history of mankind, the transparent, invisible substance that explains and sustains the decent technological progress, and at the same time, the possibility of building a more sustainable and fairer world. In 1674, George Ravenscroft added lead oxide to molten glass in a new technological innovation which allowed, in the 1900s, a mechanical industrialized polishing process of glass, and we had windows. When fiber optics was invented in 1961, few could have foreseen the telecommunication revolution at the birth of the Internet. The development of those transparent channels is at the origin of globalization, of the 5G communication revolution, of the 20th century, and of an unlimited future. Today, glass is an essential material in architecture, the basis of clean energy, the biomaterial par excellence, as a replacement and bone filler of bone healing, to the billions and billions of chemical, inert, and resistant packaging of vaccines against COVID-19. And also a good example of sustainable consumption and production, as glass, infinitely recyclable, travels the cradle-to-cradle path every day. The brief history supports the emerging thesis that we are in a special moment in the history of mankind, that we are in an age of glass. That is why the General Assembly of the United Nations approved Resolution A/75/L.84, proclaiming 2022 as the International Year of Glass. This is a project that was born in 2018, promoted by the International Commission of Glass, and then supported by the Community of Glass Associations and by ICOM Glass, which represents museums and artists. This resolution has been made possible thanks to the support of more than 2,100 organizations from 90 countries on 5 continents. Many countries endorse it, along with the world of glass science, universities and research centers, technological champions and glass manufacturers in every corner of the planet, professional societies, museums, libraries. Scientists, educators, engineers, manufacturers, and glass artists will be the protagonists, along with civil society, recipients and participants in thousands of activities throughout the world in this year. The celebration of the Year of Glass will contribute in an exceptional way to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals of the 2030 Agenda of the United Nations. By extension, it will contribute to the advancement of the science, engineering, and the art of glass. Secretary General Antonio Guterres was to be here with us celebrating this example of common endeavor of humanity. He has been following this project from the beginning, stressing this common heritage of science, cooperation, transparency, and light. Unfortunately, the circumstances have not made it possible, but he sends his support and encouragement to continue your task. In conclusion, on behalf of the first sponsors, Egypt, Turkey, and Spain, I would like to thank the representative of all member states who actively participated in the adoption of the resolution, International Year of Glass 2022, adopted by consensus. Our thanks also goes to the Office of the Special Representative of the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, to the United Nations, for the advice and support provided during this process. It is time for us, diplomats, to return the torch to the rightful bearers of this fire that enables to fusion sand with alkaline ashes and produce glass. To give it back to the scientists, makers, artists, historians, and keepers of glass, to celebrate our common heritage of a material that makes our lives better and will make our future brighter. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International Year of Glass 2022. Thank you very much.
Well, and thank you, Agustin, for the so nice talk. He has studied a lot about the history of glass, as you. And now is the time for the permanent representative of Turkey at the United Nations in Geneva, Mr. Sadiq Arslan. Mr. Sadiq Arslan is Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary in the permanent mission of Turkey in the United Nations office in Geneva. I have to say, really, that the role of Turkey in this supporting this International Year of Glass has been crucial, really, and in every moment we counted on the total support of the embassy of Turkey in the mission in New York, but also and in particular with the president of the General Assembly, that was Mr. Volkan Bozkır. We have really counted all the time with their support, and so we are deeply, deeply thankful to Turkey and to the representatives. Please.
Thank you very much, Madame Duran. Of course, you will assume a very important duty this year, and I wish you all the best. And I would like to also thank Ambassador Maraver for very uplifting speech he delivered. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor for me to be here at the inauguration event of the United Nations International Year of Glass 2022. I appreciate the opportunity given me today to address here on behalf of Turkey, where early glass products and the knowledge of glassmaking were disseminated to the rest of the world. Glassmaking traditions and methods constitute an important part of the cultural heritage of Turkey by bringing together human creativity of the many civilizations that have existed in Anatolia, Mesopotamia, and the Mediterranean basin over the ages. Besides beads, the earliest datable examples of glass handcraft dating back to the Bronze Age were found in the Antakya region of Turkey. Techniques for forming glass originating from our region are still being used in modern production lines across the world. The astonishing examples of stained glasses produced by a special technique called Revzeni Menkush have been used since the Seljuk Turks and decorate many historical monuments like Ayasofya, Sultanahmet, and Süleymaniye mosques, and many churches. From the Ottoman era, Çeşmi, Bülbül, and Beykoz glassworks are outstanding examples of techniques that still survive today. These most distinctive examples and techniques of the glasswork of Anatolian civilizations showcase the development of history of glass work in our culture. Ladies and gentlemen, glassmaking enables us to craft a material that can be used for countless different purposes, from optical fibers to solar panels, from healthcare to chemistry, from consumer electronics to housing and the automotive sector. Indeed, it is hard to imagine a world without glass. As we launch the UN International Year of Glass 2022, we should also acknowledge that glass is one of the most sustainable materials. The qualities of glass as an infinitely and 100% recyclable, reusable, and non-toxic material further certify its environmental credentials. Therefore, we believe that glass products will be very much instrumental in materializing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Turkey pursues the SDGs as a part of its national development plans and encourages all stakeholders for their implementation. Similarly, the Turkish glass industry, led by Şişecam, one of the world's leading manufacturers, and I'm glad its President Ahmet Bey is with us today, and I know how hard he worked to make this year a success story. And they also integrated the SDGs into all its operations by considering their compliance with obligations related to climate change. I am confident that the International Year of Glass will highlight the commitment of the global glass industry, along with governments, to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals and to mitigate the adverse effects of modern industrial and environmental challenges. Additionally, this year will give us the opportunity to assess and discuss the issues such as carbon emissions, pollution, energy efficiency, waste recovery, and renewable energy with all relevant stakeholders, including academia. Before I conclude, I would like to also extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, and to Ambassador Bosker, former President of the UN General Assembly, and to Professor Conrad and Madame Duran of ICG, and many other stakeholders for designating 2022 as the International Year of Glass. And distinguished guests, since we started celebrating this year as the Year of Glass, let us cherish the significance of this brilliant and versatile material in humanity's past, present, and future. Let us celebrate the Year of Glass by transforming our economies into environmentally friendly ones and by increasingly utilizing glass products and technologies. Let us invest in technologies in glass-based products to leave a just, healthier, and more sustainable world to future generations. Thank you very much.
And the next one is the permanent representative of Egypt in the United Nations office and in Geneva. This is the Ambassador Ahmed Iham Galam Eldim. And well, Egypt was the other country that was supporting with us from the beginning, really, this International Year of Glass in the permanent mission in New York. They have a special reason because 2022 is they celebrate really the 100th anniversary of the discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun, really with a wonderful collection of Egyptian glass. Please, he has sent a video, and so Ambassador Ahmed Ibn Halam Meldil.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to thank Ms. Alicia Duran, Chair of the International Year of Glass 2022, for the kind invitation and wish her all the best in advancing the efforts to promote glass in achieving sustainable development. We welcome the initiative to celebrate the year 2022 as the International Year of Glass. This provides an opportunity to shed the light on the development and transformation of glass throughout the years and to underline the scientific and economic potentials of this important material in developing technologies that could help in achieving the SDGs. Egypt believes that achieving Agenda 2030 requires international cooperation to explore and grasp the potential of new alternatives and technologies. Therefore, the International Year of Glass 2022 is an opportunity to exchange best practices and create partnerships between key stakeholders to support developing countries in harnessing the benefits of glass and glass-related technologies in order to ensure sustainable development and improve livelihoods. Egypt will be actively involved in the activities of the International Year of Glass 2022. As the art of glass design is known in Egypt more than 3,000 years ago, One of the milestones to be celebrated this year will be the 100th anniversary of the discovery of ancient Egyptian glass in King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922. In addition, Egypt will organize an event entitled From Pharaohs to High-Tech Glass Conference in the second quarter of this year to highlight the development, use of glass and its technologies. We wish you a successful International Year of Glass 2022, and we look forward to the fruitful deliberations and outcomes. I thank you.
And last but not least, we have a video from the Science and Technology Counselor in the Permanent Mission of China in Geneva, Mr. Shen Jianji. Mr. Shen Jianji is counselor in Geneva and counselor in the Ministry of Science and Technology in China. Why they are here? Really, because China is not only the biggest producer of glass in the planet, but we have in the ICG, in the International Commission on Glass, and from the beginning of this project, we had a total support, really, that we deeply thank. Please, Mr. Shen Jianji.
Chairwoman Professor Alicia Duran, dear ambassadors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the Chinese government and the science and technology community, I'd like to extend our warm congratulations at the opening of United Nations International Year of Glass 2022. As one of the earliest artificial materials invented by mankind, glass is both ancient and modern. Although it has gone through more than 4,000 years, it is still constantly being innovated and developed. As a very important material in daily life and high-tech fields, glass is widely used in construction, community, transportation, life and health, new energy, aerospace, and other fields. Glass has played an important role in the history of human civilization and technological advancement. The establishment of the UN International Year of Glass and Glass Series, global series of activities will facilitate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, especially in the goals of affordable and clean energy, responsible production and consumption, and climate action. Over 3,000 years ago, Asian glass originated from ancient Babylon, and Egypt was introduced to China along the Silk Road, witnessing the exchange of ancient culture and technology between China and other countries. Since the launching of Reform Opening Up, with relentless efforts of Chinese scientific and technological personnel, the glass industry and technology have made sustainable progress. China's glass output has ranked the first for 33 years continuously throughout the world. And China is the largest producer and consumer of glass in the world. Especially in the new era, with the Belt and Road Initiative, China's high-level glass technology and equipment have been introduced abroad and accelerated the internationalization of China's glass industry, contributed to the sustainable development of countries along the Belt and Road, and also contributed Chinese wisdom and strength to the innovation and the development of the global glass industry. As a responsible major country, China has actively participated in the UN International Year of Glass 2022 initiative, and will organize various activities. The Chinese Ceramic Society, affiliated to China Association for Science and Technology, and also one of the country members of International Commission on Glass, has organized about 200 support letters from Chinese universities, research institutes, enterprises, and museums to support the UN International Year of Glass 2022 initiative. As one of the 3 independent regional organizations for the UN International Year of Glass 2022, with the support of China Association for Science and Technology, China will host an opening ceremony of the International Year of Glass in China, 32nd China International Glass Industrial Technological Exhibition, Forum on Glass and Human Civilization, and a series of events in Glass Creates a Better Life science popularization. China warmly welcomes the UN International Year of Glass 2022 with all the colleagues in glass industry all over the world. We sincerely welcome our colleagues to participate in the activities in China. Let us join hands and work together to build the shared future for global glass. At last, I would like to express China's appreciation to the organizing committee and wish all the events of UN International Year of Glass 2022 a complete success. Thank you.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and colleagues, it's now my pleasure and my pleasant duty to introduce to you Professor Alicia Durand. In fact, introducing her to you is like carrying coals to Newcastle. You know very well she was the president of ICG from 2018 to 21, and just last December handed over the duty to me. And she is the chairperson of the International Year of Glass. No need to say anything. The floor is yours, Alicia.
Thank you very much, Reinhard. And here again, dear authorities, dear speakers, dear colleagues, my very, very dear friends in glass. Well, the dream came true. Really, we are beginning the year of glass. And although Agustin has made here really a brief history of glass, I will also give. And I could begin like once upon a time, but I will change to Pliny the Elder, really, that recounted that all began on a beach in a natron merchant's camp. It was the fire, the sand, and the natron. And sand reacted with the natron, and in the next morning, transparent and hard glass bits appear. Glass was born. It was around 5,000 years ago. Really, it was a long history, and they pass first to Egypt, to pass to Babylonia with this wonderful wall painted, and it arrived to Rome, where industry was founded. And from there, it was expanded to the whole Roman Empire. And passing the times there in Rome, they reached the heights of glass art, these wonderful, really, pieces. But moving forward, techniques advance to blown glass, in which they produce bottles and, before. No, okay. Bottles and containers, really, and these containers that have infinite lives, because glass is recyclable and is the example for excellence of sustainability and of circular economy. This was a very important issue. But also, it went to flat glass, and we can go from the splendor of the Gothic, in which the color windows permitted to enter the light in the churches, to really the Van der Rohe glass houses in the 50s, and we arrive to the carbon-neutral glass skyscrapers of our transparent and more and more sustainable cities. And we also use the glass in science, from the first telescope of Galileo in the beginning of 17th centuries to the wonderful James Webb astronomical telescope that will permit the humanity, will permit scientists and the world to see, to know, to study the very, very first moments after the Big Bang. You pass, and of course, glass is the total protagonist in energy, in renewable and clean energies, from solar concentrated power plants to photovoltaic tents to the power, really, of the aeolic plants. But it also has a very important role in health and well-being, as really they are the scaffolds for fulfilling glasses, but also the new tissues really that heal the person and ghoul. Well, there are a lot of applications in dentistry, and of course, these inert containers of the vaccines that arrive really to save us in the pandemic. Well, and what to say about optical fibers? This first optical fiber in 1961 to the so complicated, really photonic structure fibers that they are the hidden, the invisible base of the revolution of communication. This revolution that permitted to found the internet and that transform the communication, triggering the globalization process. And again, this internet, these communications were the tools really that permitted us during 2 years to be connected with all the planets. And really, these were the arguments to justify we are entering in the age of glass. This idea of age of glass was conceptualized it was born in Corning, really by Charles Gregg and David Morse, and was disseminated really in 2018 through the IJAC, the International Journal of Applied Glass Science, taking the example really of the International Year of Light of 2015. Then David Pye and Manoj Choudhary, both previous president of the International Year of Glass, they presented in the International, Congress of Glass in Yokohama in 2018. And ICG accepted the challenge. So ICG accepted to really to think about and to search in this possibility. And then immediately, practically, the community of glass associations and also Icon Glass representing museums join us for this. And well, pasa, the other was the contact with the Spanish ambassador that I found that it was my old friend Agustin, and that he immediately accepted to be. And well, we put to work, and we prepared the documents necessary for making this main document explaining the role of the glass in the goals of the Agenda 2030, a socio-economic document about the impact of the IJOC, an executive summary, and also the resolution. All these documents were ready at the end of 2019, but COVID arrived. Everything changed, everything stopped, and there were many voices that say, well, we can really stop this and try to organize another. But really, we talk with our ambassador and say, if you continue, I will continue. And so we didn't give up, really, and we decided to continue and to go on. And so we continue developing the idea with a very strong endorsement campaign, with a very, very high participation. Really, in this moment, there are more than 2,100 endorsements. This is institutions from 90 countries all around the world. They are journals, magazines, universities, and research centers, companies, suppliers, society, museums, and artists. Really, the answer has been amazing. With this, we arrive really to the resolution A75L84, really, that it was finally approved in May 18, 2021, really with a new votation system in which unanimity was needed. So we got it. And really, this is the map of the International Year of Glass. It covers practically the total planet. And really, they are like this. They are many, many international events. We are here in the opening conference. The next international is the China International Glass Industrial Exhibition, the very well-known China Glass Expo in Shanghai, that will be organized with a week of satellite events in which it will be very important, the High Technology Industrial Congress. Then we have the most important scientific congress in the year, that will be the International Congress of the International Commission on Glass. It will be in Berlin in the first week of July, and really we will celebrate there the 100th anniversary of the DGG, the German Society of Glass. We have a lot of congresses and seminars in art in US and Europe, because it was the answer of the world of art. It was amazing. We have more than 400 institutions, museums, and artists that are supporting this year. And we will close the year in Japan on 8 and 9 of December in Tokyo. But there are more events. Well, the answer of the industry, the producers, has been also amazing, really. And this, all the international glass fairs in this year will be focused on the IJOC. It began last year in Milano with Vidrio, and it continues in Glaspec in India, that has been shifted to September. Then the China Glass Expo in April, Glassman in Monterrey in May, Mirestekla in Moscow in June, and finally Glastec in Düsseldorf in September. And they are more, really, because all the countries are working. It will be a brilliant US Glass Day in Washington in the first week of April. There will be a great celebration. This is from pharaohs to high-tech glass in El Cairo in the week of 18 of April, really celebrating the 100th anniversary of the discovery of the ancient Egyptian glass in Tutankhamun, and for the formal inauguration of the new Egyptian museum in the pyramids. And, well, they were special. Well, there will be also an Ibero-American International Congress of Women in Glass in Madrid, and special issues of the most important journals in the field. There are hundreds, thousands of activities in museums and exhibitions, academia and research, education and dissemination. This is a very key goal for us, of companies and societies. And this, you can see that this is a huge project. This is a huge idea with a lot of people behind. And I wish to show you here who are the key players behind this idea, because this is a common project. Some of us have worked a lot, but without the support of you, we are not here. And here they are. The first David Pye, really, as he was Dean and Glass Professor in Alfred, President of the American Ceramic Society and President also of the International Commission on Glass. He was working with Corning, with David Morse and Charles Craig, really in this conceptualization of the idea of IJOC, and he presented along with Manoj Choudhary in Yokohama. Then we have really we have organized it. This project is impossible to be coordinated in a centralized form, so we have organized an executive committee of people you can see from many countries and also coming from different fields that they coordinate the regional organizations and the website, the fundraising campaign, and this is the IJOC Council. This is a bigger body in this moment, 76 members, represented the 18 regional organizations in which we have coordinated these 90 countries. They are also the associations, 12 association magazines. Well, we have met one per month, and the role of these people is to contact with endorsers of the regions and to report the activities every month, really, because the idea of this is networking, to share the activities and to show the activities to be replicated in every corner of the planet. And this is a very important group. The opening ceremony committee is a rather small group, really, with people coming from art museums, research, and companies that they were the responsible of the program, this wonderful program that we have here, really to identify the best speakers and to arrive to the necessary equilibrium between companies and research, art, and geographical, really, equilibrium. I have here to specially thank Anna Banchieri and Aoife Lihai from the Palace of Nations that have supported us really during all the period. And I have to deeply thank, really, to all the volunteers, really, of this IJOC organizing team. This wonderful team, mainly from Madrid, my big researchers, and that they have worked very hard. And this is, we arrive to the slide with the supporters and sponsors. You can see, really, that we have a lot of sponsors that have supported with work and financially this event, really, and without the generosity of these supporters, we were not here, surely. And we pass to some very special people that I have to cite. First, Patrick Gabanhan, you have seen around, and Maria, really, Maria Jesus Pascual, our treasurer, where Patrick was in charge of the fundraising campaign. All the companies know very well, really, and Maria takes care of our accounts, really. They have got near 450,000 euros, a lot amount of money, much more than that we needed to organize this event, and that, of course, this around 300,000 euros will be totally invested in other activities in the International Year of Glass. And we arrive really to the other key persons here, my best friend, John Parker, and the wonderful Kung Wan, our secretary. They have been supporting 24 hours, 7 days per week, really, this process. We have worked a lot in this, especially in the dark times. Without them, really, we were not here, surely. And I have here, again, a very special recognition to Agustin Santos and Ana Alonso, that from the permanent mission of Spain in New York, that were supporting us, negotiating, working from home, really, to arrive to this, and also to the Spanish mission in Geneva, really, because they have made easier, really, to move locally. And I have also special appreciation to the 19 countries that they have expressly supported the IJOC in the General Assembly that approved the resolution of the International Year of Glass. This is the longer list of the 19 countries that finally signed the resolution. And also, I have to thank to the Spanish Research Council, really, that from the full support from the very beginning, and in particular to the Institute of Ceramic and Glass, in which my home, really, and that they supported everything and they put all the things. We are in debt, really, to the more than 2,100 endorsers from 90 countries who have offered support and encouragement. You know who you are, and we know who you are. And we hope that the success of this project will be a sufficient reward for your contribution. I can only say that we are not going to the end. We are just starting this, and so I say you welcome to transparency, welcome to sustainability, welcome to the age of glass. Thank you very much.